Coach says you're going to be available in the series, just doesn't know when yet. Can you kind of take us through how that's going to work? How much of it is convincing the coach or the doctor that you're ready, or how does that work?
Just take it day to day. It was great to get out there and practice with the guys. It's painful watching. So we're just we're all on the same page as far as where we're at and how we're going about things, and just again taking it a day at a time.
Did you re-aggravate it?
No, we're just again it's day-to-day kind of thing, and I think we've been on the same page every day of how we're going about everything, and as far as the coach and the staff and myself. So I think we've made all the right decisions up to this point, and hopefully that continues.
So when you got hurt against LA, were you thinking, oh, this is a minor thing, we'll be back next game, or did it just get worse?
Again, it was just kind of day to day. Take it day at a time and see how things progress. And you're always hopeful that things will progress in the right direction and quickly. And this time of year, you don't have a lot of time, so it's you're kind of fighting that enemy at the same time as the schedule and how everything's feeling.
You had a Game 7 experience your first year. You scored a goal, I scored two, including the overtime winner. Can you compare, you're in the game, and obviously it's intense and nervous, but when you're sitting upstairs, how much worse is it?
It's way worse. I don't do well just sitting there watching, so I'm kind of pacing around and doing things while keeping an eye on everything, and it's not a great feeling. It's when you're playing, you're in the game, you're in the moment, and you have control. And when you don't have that control, it's hard to take. You obviously trust the guys, and you try to do everything you can to. You think you're making a difference if you're superstitious doing this and that, but you're just out there watching. So it's that's the toughest part.
So you're a pacer, you mentioned. Now, are you somewhat of a cursor when you're watching the game like that?
No, I'm pretty quiet. It's everybody. It's funny watching with guys and staff and people and see how they react to different things, and you can tell some people are more stressed than others, and it doesn't bode well for me hanging around those people. So try to avoid them and deal with my own insecurities watching.
Is it difficult? This injury had happened to you in regular season, you can think, it's a long season, I'm out a month or whatever. When the playoffs, the games come so fast, you're thinking, oh man, I got hurt in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, and that's that thing. That this is the time of year that everybody's fighting to play all season long. So it's unfortunate timing, and again, the games are just coming out every other day, and there's not really a break until. Unless you're fortunate between series, if you get through one pretty quick or not, and then it's a quick turnaround. So, time ends up kind of being the enemy.
Adam, you know Dallas quite well. What do you think are going to be the keys in this series? Like a couple of the keys for your team to win.
I think especially the last couple of games, the guys who play the complete game, both sides of the puck, that sort of thing. They're a deep team. They're coached well. I think these series, they always come down to those small details and those little mistakes that can end up costing you. So I think just playing that detailed game and then just playing with confidence like the group has been. So I think that's going to be key for us, and just, playing with that pace that we can play with.
You were in Anaheim when Sam Steele was there.
Yep.
Now he's an ace penalty killer. And did you see that in him when he was in Anaheim, or was he trying to be an offensive player there?
No, he's a great player. He's a great young kid there. Unfortunate. I mean, everybody goes through different, situations with whether it's contract, new staff in and out, who drafted who, and that sort of thing. And he's a great kid, great person. Works extremely hard off the ice, and you can see it on the ice too. He works very hard on the ice. Good face-off player. He's smart. It's great to see him doing well and finding himself a role in Dallas, and certainly glad things have worked out for him at this point.